Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're just waiting for something to happen? For a miracle to fall into your lap? Well, today I want to share a story that might just change the way you see your own situation. It's about a man named Leo, who spent his days on a cold street corner, waiting for kindness from strangers. Leo's world was small, confined to the few square feet of pavement he called his own. Every day was the same. People would rush by, some dropping a coin or two, most just ignoring him completely. He'd watch the world go by, the laughing couples, the stressed business people, the kids with their ice cream. He felt invisible, like a ghost haunting the city streets. He believed his fate was sealed, that this was all life had in store for him. He wasn't just begging for money. He was begging for a sign, for a reason to hope. But day after day, nothing changed. The hole in his heart grew as empty as his collection tin on a bad day. He had resigned himself to this life, believing that some people are just born luckier than others. One sunny afternoon, a young woman with a kind smile stopped in front of him. She didn't drop a coin. Instead, she looked him right in the eye and said, "You look strong and healthy. Why are you just sitting here, waiting for others to decide your worth? Why don't you try to change your own life?" Leo was taken aback. He was used to pity, not a challenge. He mumbled something about having no money, no skills, no chance. The woman just smiled again, a warm, knowing smile. "Everyone has something," she said softly before walking away, leaving Leo with her words echoing in his mind. For the first time in years, Leo felt something other than despair. It was a flicker of annoyance, then curiosity, then a tiny spark of determination. "Why don't you try?" Her question replayed over and over. That night, he couldn't sleep. He looked at his hands, calloused and dirty, but strong. Was she right? Was he just waiting? The next day, instead of just sitting, he started observing. He noticed a flower shop across the street, its vibrant colors a stark contrast to his gray existence. He watched people buy bouquets, their faces lighting up as they held the beautiful blossoms. An idea, fragile and new, began to form in his mind. With the few dollars he had collected, he didn't buy food. He walked into that flower shop. The scent of roses and lily was intoxicating. A world away from the grime of the street. He found the cheapest, most beautiful flower he could afford. A single perfect red rose. He held it carefully, like a precious jewel. Back on his corner, he didn't hold out his tin. He held up the rose. He wasn't asking for a handout anymore. He was offering something beautiful. People noticed. They were surprised. A young man, wanting to buy a gift for his girlfriend, saw the rose. He didn't have much money, but he bought it from Leo. With that small profit, Leo went back and bought 2 roses. He sold them both. The next day, he bought 4, then 8. Soon, he had a small bucket filled with colorful flowers. He learned their names, learned which ones people liked for different occasions. He started talking to his customers, sharing a smile, a kind word. He wasn't the invisible beggar anymore. He was Leo, the flower man. His corner of the street transformed. It was no longer a place of sadness, but a small oasis of color and hope. People started coming specifically to buy from him. They loved his story, his resilience, his infectious optimism. He saved every penny he could. He cleaned himself up, bought new clothes, and his confidence grew with every flower he sold. The woman who had challenged him never came back, but he thought of her every day. She hadn't given him money. She had given him something far more valuable, a new perspective. She had helped him see that he wasn't defined by his circumstances, but by his choices. Months turned into a year, then 2. Leo eventually saved enough to rent a small pushcart stall. He painted it bright yellow and filled it with every flower imaginable. His little stall became a landmark. He hired another person who was down on their luck. giving them the same chance he had created for himself. He never forgot where he came from. He always had a kind word and a spare flower for those who were struggling, but he also shared his story, hoping to ignite that same spark in them. Leo's journey wasn't a miracle. It was the result of a single powerful shift in mindset. He stopped waiting for life to happen to him and started creating the life he wanted. He realized that true wealth isn't about the money in your pocket, but the value you create and the hope you share with the world. He started with just one flower, one small act of courage. It's a powerful reminder for all of us. No matter where you are right now, you have the power to change your story. You don't need a grand plan or a huge investment. Sometimes, all it takes is one small step in a new direction. What's your one flower? What's that one small thing you can do today to start changing your tomorrow? Maybe it's learning a new skill, reaching out to someone, or just changing the way you see yourself. Leo's story teaches us that our biggest limitations are often the ones we place on ourselves. When we change our mindset from "I can't" to "How can I?", a world of possibilities opens up. The path from a beggar to a successful business owner wasn't paved with gold. It was paved with resilience, action, and the belief that he was worthy of more. And that's a lesson we can all take to heart. So next time you feel stuck, remember Leo. Remember the power of a single rose and a simple shift in perspective. You are stronger than you think, and your future is not written in stone. It's waiting for you to pick up the pen and write it yourself. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share this story with you. If it resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that inspire. See you in the next one.